Hi, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, all. Welcome to the fifth lecture from the sixth module. In this lecture, I am going to discuss about the difference between a leader and a manager, or leading and managing. When you are promoted into a role where you are managing people, you don't automatically become a leader. There are important distinctions between managing and leading people. Here are some of the difference between a leader and a manager. The first one is leader create vision, managers create goals. Leaders paint a picture of what they see as possible and inspire and engage their people in turning that vision into reality. They think beyond what individuals do. They activate people to be a part of something bigger. They know that high functioning teams can accomplish a lot more working together than individuals working autonomously. Managers focus on setting, measuring and achieving goals. They control situation to reach or exceed their objectives. Then coming to the second difference, leaders are change agents. Managers maintain the status quo. Leaders are proud disruptors. Innovation is their mantra. They embrace change and know that even if things are working, there could be a better way forward. And they understand and accept the fact that changes to the system often create waves. Managers stick with what works, refining systems, structures and processes to make them better. That means a leader always trying to make changes to the existing conditions in the organization by the way of changing the work procedures, methods followed by the organization, etc. But a manager always tries to use the existing systems followed by the organization, the existing procedures and the existing process, the methods, etc. He is always trying to make some changes or try to refine the existing methods and policies. But a leader always tries to replace the existing plans and policies or the methods followed by the organization. Then coming to the third difference, that is leaders are unique, managers copy. Leaders are willing to be themselves. Leaders are willing to be themselves. They are self-aware and work actively to build their unique and differentiated personal brand. They are comfortable in their own shoes and willing to stand out. They are authentic and transparent. Managers mimic the competencies and behaviors. They learn from others and adopt their leadership rather than defining it. That means a leader always tries to find unique ways to achieve the objectives. But a manager always tries to follow what they learn from others in the organization. Then coming to the fourth difference, leaders take risk, managers control risk. Leaders are willing to try new things even if they may fail miserably. They know that failure is often a step on the path to success. Managers work to minimize risk. They seek to avoid or control problems rather than embracing them. Then the fifth difference, leaders are in it for a long haul. Managers think short term. Leaders have intentionality. They do what they say they are going to do and stay motivated towards a big, often very distant goal. They remain motivated without receiving regular rewards. Managers work on short-term goals, seeking more regular acknowledgement or rewards. That means a manager is always working for short-term objectives, but a leader is always working for long-term objectives. Then the sixth difference, leaders grow personally. Managers rely on existing proven skills. Leaders know if they aren't learning something new every day, they aren't standing still, they are falling behind. They remain curious and seek to remain relevant in ever-changing world of work. They seek out people and information that will expand their thinking. Managers often double down on what made them successful, perfecting existing skills and adopting proven behavior. That means a leader is always ready to accept the changes that is happening around the world. But a manager is not that much successful in changing their behavior and attitude according to the changes that is happening around the world. Then coming to the next difference, leaders build relationships, managers build systems and process. Leaders focus on people, all the stakeholders they need to influence in order to realize their vision. They know who their stakeholders are and spend most of their time with them. They build loyalty and trust by consistently delivering on their promise. Managers focus on the structures necessary to set and achieve goals. They focus on the analytical and ensure systems are in place to attain desired outcomes. They work with individuals and their goals and objectives. That means a leader is always gives more importance to the interpersonal relationship with the interested parties or the stakeholders of the group. But a manager always gives more importance to the arrangement of the things that is needed for the performance of the duties for the organization. Then coming to the next difference, leaders coach, managers direct. Leaders know that people who work for them have the answer or able to find them. They see their people as competent and are optimistic about their potential. They resist the temptation to tell their people what to do and how to do it, and they will let them to do according to their point of view. Managers assign tasks and provide guidance on how to accomplish them, and a manager always tries to give instructions and guidelines for the performance of the duties or activities for the organization. Then coming to the ninth difference, that is leaders create fans and managers have employees. Leaders have people who go beyond following them. Their followers become fans and promoters, helping them build their brand and achieving their goals. Their fans help them increase their visibility and credibility. Managers have staff who follow directions and seek to please the boss. Okay, some other difference between the leader and a manager are: a manager always a part of an organization, but a leader may not be a part of an organization. And a manager gets his authority from the position in which he is working on the basis of the structure of the organization. But a leader gets authority from the power he held over the followers. Okay, these are the difference between the manager and a leader. You need to study this topic for the university examination. Okay, now I am going to discuss about a topic that I have missed in the second lecture of the 6th module, that is the advantages and limitations of traits approach. Coming to the first advantage of traits approach, that is leadership success depends on the leader's traits. More the qualities possessed by a leader, more successful he is likely to be. That means the success of a leader is always depends on the qualities possessed or the traits possessed by that person. Then qualities or the traits of a leader are transmitted at least in part to his followers. Then traits theory is an easy and best way to analyze leaders' personality and influence. Okay, coming to the last advantage of traits approach, that is traits theory useful in developing training programs for managers. That means an organization can use this approach or theory for the developing different type of training programs for their newly recruited employees in the organization, and they can try to improve the traits or the qualities of their managers and employees by using basics of this theory. Then coming to the limitations of traits approach, the first one is there is no universally accepted list of leadership traits or qualities. Then it is difficult to measure the traits of human beings. Then traits theory fails to consider the whole environment of leadership, that is it ignores an account of followers and situational variables. And you know that the followers or the attitude of the followers or the abilities of the followers and the situation factors in which an organization is working have some impact in the success of the leadership. But traits approach to leadership is not included such things in their theory. Then coming to the last limitation of traits approach, history shows that many leaders failed despite of possessing traits, and many leaders were a great success without possessing many traits due to their power, environment. That means some factors other than qualities or traits are affect success of a leader. Okay, these are the advantages and limitations of traits approach. Please include these points while studying the traits approach to leadership. Okay, thank you.